Hello, viewers, and welcome to this edition of Sensor 360 Investor. Today, we'll take a look at one, the markets and see how we're faring in this correction. And then B, we'll take a look at a list of stocks that are gleaned from the aggregation of different masters in from a Canston perspective. So they are pretty much growth and momentum stocks combined. In total, there were about 132 stocks that made the screens that I ran this week, and out of that, about 65 are in the growth sectors. So those are the ones that we'll take a look at. So interesting to note that the list is pretty well bifurcated between growth and non-growth, and so as the non-growth counts go up, then that's usually not a good omen. However, we'll take a look at the charts and look at the basis, and then we'll make a conclusion at the end as to whether we think that we have a reasonable opportunity ahead of us. So starting with the Nasdaq, the broad Nasdaq, uh, so we can see up here that I believe the correction was called on the Friday, and that was August 2nd. And then after that, we did gap down the next day, which is Monday. So if you just look at the bar, it kind of has the look of a possible pink rally day, which means that it's a down day, but it closed in the upper half of the bar. However, because of this gap, we have to look at these two bars in unison as one bar. And then if we put the two bars together and where it closed back up, we can see it didn't quite make the threshold. So rally day one goes to the next day, and we've had 4 days. And we can see that Friday we did have a heavier volume, and we did have an update, but it was nowhere near the amount of buying pressure that we want to see. So, long story short, we're looking for a follow-through day on either on one of the indexes, and primary indexes are this one, the broad Nasdaq, the S&P 500, and even the Dow Jones is now back in the fold. Okay, so let's take a look at the lists that are or the stocks that made the list, and we will start at the top. So I'm just going to point out basis, not going to do a full-on analysis. That'll take 2 or 3 hours to go through in this video. So I'll just point out the ones that you may want to take a look at. So starting off with Mercado Libre, we can see it's in a consolidation, nice little base cup and handle here, and it did break out here. Okay, so that's what kind of things you want to look for. You also want to look for the prior uptrend, and you want to look for a pretty good relative strength line, which means that this issue is outperforming the stock, the broader market. Okay, so that's what you want to look for. So I'm not going to go through on each one of these at that level. All right, so moving onto innovation, and this one we can see the uptrend and forming the left side of a base. This one's a bit messier. We do have an uptrend from these lows. This consolidation here did up break through. That's now broken down. So it looks like a base next to a base for this. Moving on, NLM. And so this one's got the hallmarks of looking like a little bit of a high tight flag look to it. You have to check out those, but it's got this big gap, which is making it look a bit murky. And then the flag itself isn't really performing, so you can discount the high tight flag. Relative strength looks good. Okay, Datadog, a little downtrending action. We've got some work ahead. Need some time on the chart. And this Pinterest, this one is just kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit. It needs to recover, restore itself. So this one also HubSpot, former leader, looking like it's rolling over at this stage. Again, these could go on to make uh, good bases. Another one that's got a DraftKings looking like more of a downtrend channel than the beginnings of a good base. So this one, you can see SMCI, it was basing, it looked good, and then it's now change of character, it's broken support uh, as well. So this one's got a bit of chart work, needs more time. chart time. TJX companies, nothing here to work with. And so here we have something that looks a little bit more promising. Left side of a base formed, bottom of the base in progress, and then we'll see what it looks like on the other side. And Decades has had a nice long run. You can tell by the nice uptrend there. Micron's fallen off the cliff. Needs a lot of time, chart work. Cloudflare has been given up the ghost a little bit. Looks like it may have tried to recover here, but that's now fallen by the wayside. So this chart looks a little broken, as does this one for Zscaler. And these are both former runners. And then we have Flovin. So this one looks reasonable. So you've got an uptrend, there's a base here, fire uptrend here, and it looks like it's making the left side off the base with the addition of a looks like a shakeout week for good measure. Abercrombie, another former darling that has moved up quite well, left side, and with the possible beginnings of a shakeout at the bottom. Salesforce, nice move off the lows, and then fall through this breakout. Since then, it's kind of failed, and this one needs a lot of repair. A little consolidation in a range needs more work. So this one, so we'll notice a lot of these. So there's a lot of outside weeks that have been put in just because of the big gap down in the recovery on the week's action. So we'll see a lot of charts that have this type of bar showing. But that's a good recovery by the trade desk. This isn't a downtrend. Atlassian hasn't done much for a number of years. So nice stock in a nice uptrend. Another one in an uptrend. So this one is biotech, and we can see it's forming quite the nice little base and looking quite symmetrical so far. This is more resemblance of a high type flag, but the flag part is itself is a bit messy, and now it's starting to tilt a little bit downwards. As long as it holds that level and then can work its way back up, it might work. So a little bit more riskier. So this is in a kind of a correction at this stage. Wingstop. Yeah, that's looking like a nice little pullback left side base action. Nothing there. This looks like a fairly swift correction there. Outside weak on CyberArk, and a nice reversal for Arcelix, the biotechs. So that actually messed up what was looking like a nice round, nice base formation. And that's uptrend. So here we have consolidation in a it's in a trading range at the moment. That's for PEL. TG Therapeutics consolidation. So here we have a potential base next to a base. There was a base here, and now we're forming a second base next to it. That's PDD. So here we have a sideways digestion for ARS Pharmaceuticals. Celebrate just popped out of a consolidation, but possibly still within a buy zone. So we do have a little uptrend. This is a kind of a trend reversal, a consolidation. Didn't follow through, and now it's forming a new base in the making. Looks a bit scrappy. Tarsus Pharmaceuticals, that looks like it's coming in a little short-term downtrend. So here we have what was the build out of a reasonably looking chart, and then we go straight up. And that last week again, outside weak. So let's see what it does. If it can tack on a handle, that would be great. Proximity, another one with an outside weak. So this one's actually taken out. Looks like a good 52-week high there. And good move up. So a little pullback on that might be the ticket. protagonist. Let's follow through. That looks like it's in a double bottom formation. Spotify is just trending through. Kava, so this was an IPO. Yeah, had quite the run, and we have a little pullback action here. So it looks like that it's maybe making its first legitimate formal proper base out here. You could argue that there was a base here, but the depth of it kind of negates it. Okay, so for solar, looks like it's making a nice little base. Another one with an outside weak. Another one with the reversal meta. So meta has been digesting sideways. It has not really participated in as a stock that's given up any of its gains. It's holding steady, so that's good. And here we have Google's actually, unlike Meta, we can see kind of gave up a little bit. It's had support, long-term support, and a bounce from here could be the play from the left side for Nvidia. It's looking more like a downtrend at the moment, but a good recovery on price last week, so maybe that changes the pattern, and then a break of that sloping trend line to the upside will give you an early entry. Palantir, another one with a big outside week. Cirrus Logic, another one with a big outside week. Carvana trending up. Guidewire, another one that's trending up. Palo Alto. So this one kind of got messed up. It was making a nice little pattern here, a little cup and a little handle, which was getting a little low, moves through up, and then another handle here. This handle looks better than this, but in the last 2 weeks, that handle patterns got destroyed a little bit. So this one maybe needs work. CRTO trending up. And man, this is a big outside week for this biotech. Another one that had a gap down reversed to the upside. Bluebird, uh, kind of looking like a short-term trend down, trending up. We'll go Daddy. And then we have Royal Caribbean Cruises. So this has been fairly steady from its lows. And we can see a nice move up trend, set a couple of bases along the way. And now it's come down for a few weeks, finding support at this long-term moving average. And we'll see if it can just round out a nice little base before it marches up again. Fidelity, nice little continuation base there. And then Praxis, Precision, that's making a nice little cup and handle. This one's a little messy. Amazon, again, it's just like Google, but slightly worse. So Amazon's got hit. It's broken support on some volume. So this one's going to need some time on the chart to repair itself. And then we have Itron. And so making a little bit of a consolidation. Tried peek its poke its head above here. And it's just given away to the lows of the support zone. So the chart's a little messed up. So I wouldn't delve too much into this. And that's it. And that's it. That is 65 stocks. So what can we conclude? So there are enough growth stocks out there which are giving us hope in the sense that there are some decent bases being formed. They are early on, so most of them are left side, and a few of them are a little later, bottoming action at the bottom of the base, and one or two are actually starting to shift to the right-hand side as well. A couple are closer to either the pivot zone or within the buy zone. So there's enough quantity of stocks to kind of think that there is a possibility that if a follow through day comes, that there's enough merchandise for us to work with. So some of the charts do need more time, as we saw, because they are early on in their basis. So the next follow through day may not be the one that actually works. However, that's the signal, and then you just need to be prepared to trade um, with your rule set and manage your positions accordingly. Okay, so that's it for this video. The most important thing that you should be doing, or you could be doing this weekend, is building your own watch list, taking a look at other ideas like the ideas here. Also posted an additional list to the website for Sensor 100 that's been refreshed. So there's more stock ideas there for you to take a look at. And your objective is basically identify good, strong candidates that can have a place in your portfolio, which was follow through day or thereabouts, have good breakouts and give you an opportunity to participate in the next uptrend rally. Okay, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.